Once upon a time, in a small, tranquil village nestled between rolling hills and shimmering lakes, there lived a wise old monk named Master Li. He was known throughout the land not for his riches in gold or silver, but for the wealth of knowledge and peace he carried within him. Many villagers sought his counsel, hoping to understand the secret to true prosperity. One sunny afternoon, a young girl named May, who was Master Li's favorite, visited him under the shade of a blossoming cherry tree. Her bright eyes sparkled with curiosity. "Grandfather," she asked, "what does it mean to be rich in life?" Master Li smiled gently, his eyes twinkling with wisdom. He gestured for May to sit beside him. "Let me share with you a story, my dear. Long ago," he began, "there was a wealthy merchant named Jian who lived in a grand city. He had everything one could desire: a magnificent house, fine clothes, and a collection of precious jewels. However, Jian was always unhappy. He spent his days worrying about losing his wealth, counting his coins instead of enjoying the beauty around him. One day, driven by his loneliness, Jian decided to visit a renowned sage who lived in a distant mountain. He believed the sage could teach him how to be truly happy. After a long and arduous journey, Jian finally reached the sage's humble abode. He found the sage sitting in silence by a serene pond, surrounded by blooming lotus flowers. "Oh, wise one," Jian pleaded, "please teach me how to find happiness." The sage looked at him and said, "You must first learn to let go of what you cling to so tightly." Confused, Jian asked, "What do you mean?" The sage smiled and invited Jian to spend a week with him. Each day, the sage guided Jian through the simple joys of life. They walked in nature, marveled at the stars, and shared stories with villagers. Jian began to see the beauty in the simple moments: a child's laughter, the warmth of the sun, the fragrance of flowers. He realized that he had been so focused on accumulating wealth that he had forgotten to appreciate the world around him. On the last day of his visit, the sage took Jian to the top of a mountain. They stood side by side, looking at the vast landscape below. The sage asked, "What do you see, my friend?" Jian replied, "I see beauty, peace, and abundance." The sage nodded and said, "True wealth is not found in possessions, but in the richness of experiences and relationships. It is the love we share and the joy we spread that make us truly rich." Jian returned to his city transformed. He sold his excess possessions, using the money to help those in need. He built schools and provided food for the hungry. The more he gave, the happier he became. The villagers loved him not for his wealth, but for his kindness and generosity. Master Li paused, letting the story sink in. May's eyes were wide with wonder. "So, grandfather," she said slowly, "being rich isn't just about money?" "Exactly, my dear," Master Li replied. "Being rich in life means cultivating a heart full of love, compassion, and gratitude. It's about sharing our gifts with others and embracing each moment. We find wealth that no treasure can match." May whispered, "I want to be rich like that, grandfather." Master Li smiled. "You already are, my dear.